Dear brothers and sisters and friends, it's glad to be back with the topic which I was discussing with regards to the storms in life, God ordained storms in life. Today, I want to take the third portion of that in a couple of minutes, what God has given to me to explain to you, to share with you for His glory. We all go through storms in life, and Paul has gone through such a big storm in Acts chapter 27 and 28. So, when Paul was going through that storm on chapter 27, the ultimate intention or the desire or prayer of Paul or any people who go through the storm is to escape, to save their life. Now, Paul and the entire team, their people is facing such a bad storm that 14 days they haven't seen sun or stars, they haven't eaten anything, and now they lost the hope that they will not make it. They will make it. They thought that they are going to die. And on that occasion, the angel of God came down to Paul and strengthened him and told him, Paul, you will be witnessing me in front of Caesar, in front of Caesar in Rome. And all the people with you, they will not be destroyed and they will be saved. So when Paul got this promise, he proclaimed it in front of everybody. The Lord whom I serve, his angel came to me yesterday night and he assured me that we will not be perished. And he is making a very powerful faith statement. It challenged me in many times in my life. I want to read that for you. Therefore, take heart, men, for I believe God that it will be just as it was told me. Paul is proclaiming that it is going to happen the way what God has told him. But when Paul was proclaiming this promise, he never knew that what's going to happen in the next few hours or next days. Paul never knew that where they are going to hit. So what happens in the coming minutes or hours, the ship got stuck in sand and it was immovable. It was not able to move and it wrecked the stem and now they cannot move. Now it came that there are certain discussions happening. There was the first opinion was to kill all the prisoners, but the centurion, the leader of the army, because he had particular kindness over Paul, and he stopped that opinion and he said, let everybody swim and reach the island which is in front of them. So God did that. When the world or the authorities or the law or things which bind you, you are in bondages. God sent storms to break the bondages and chains to free you. So believe in God's plans. So the storm which is happening, I know it's painful, it is not easy, it will shake you, it will shiver you, and it is devastating. But in that, trust God. Nothing will happen to your life. Instead, He is taking you to a mighty purpose. So on chapter 28, verses 1, that's why I wanted to tell you. Once they escaped, they realized that the island is called Malta. And Malta is a land with a lot of wonderful people. But for Greeks and Romans, those people are called as barbarians because they don't consider anybody out of their culture as something great. So they used to call them as barbarian, and they don't want to really go to that place and get shelter if they knew that this island was Malta and the natives have no relation with the culture of Greeks. But God's plan was to bring Paul to Malta because there God has already planned some mighty things, some deliverances, some miracles, some healings to that land. So this is the way God works in our life. Maybe we are hesitant to go to a place. Maybe we are hesitant to talk to some people. Maybe we are hesitant about our ideologies because of our thoughts about certain people. But God really wants to take you to some places where you never know. And He will hide His plans sometimes from us. But we have a promise that God will never leave us and nor forsake us. The God who called us, He will never leave us and never forsake us. He have plans for you and plans for me in our lives. That's why He called us. So trust in the storms. He is going to take you to a Malta where you are going to realize how beautiful that place is, how blessed that place is, how wonderful those people are. And they are going to show you, miraculous kindness in your life so that you will be blessed and you will see God's plans in that place. Trust God's storms. Wait for the Malta in your life.